Hello and welcome to the Crooked Letter Sports Podcast, the show about Mississippi sports and the folks who play them. I'm Tyler Cleveland from Scorebook Live, Mississippi. I'm joined as always by my co-host and father, Rick Cleveland, Mississippi Sports Hall of Famer and Mississippi Today scribe. Dad, how are you doing?
Doing great. I'm really looking forward to today's show.
Yeah, well, as always, you're always looking forward to today's of the day's show, I'm sure. No, I joke. We've got a very special guest in studio with us, Konnor Griffin, Jackson Prep baseball standout, who is projected to be one of, if not the top high school player in the entire country, taken in this weekend's MLB draft. I'm not going to waste time reading off Konnor's stats, but obviously he is a five-tool player that has had professional scouts drooling for over 2 years.
That's right. Yeah, his numbers. Just go ahead and tell the stolen base number.
Well, he stole 85 this year.
Out of 86?
Yes, out of 86. Led Jackson Prep to the MAIS title. He hit 559 over 171 plate appearances. It was 10-0 on the mound with a .72 ERA in 67.5 innings. He had 107 strikeouts and walked 26 guys. I said I wasn't going to do it, and I did it anyway. I'll add in a couple more. He drove in 39 runs from the leadoff spot. He had 76 runs in 43 games. Is that good?
That's pretty good, and people will say, well, that's just a high school player. He's already played against international competition and acquitted himself very well.
Well, we're going to get into all that and more, and as a bonus, we have got his dad, Kevin Griffin, in studio with us, the Belhaven softball coach who just led the Blazers to the College World Series, the D3 College World Series. So it's been a wild...
where they were the runner-up.
That's right. It's been a wild spring for the Griffins. And, well, let's not waste any time. Let's just get right into it with Konnor and Kevin Griffin. Guys, welcome in and good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Big week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sunday is the day, Major League Draft Day. Every projection I've seen has Konnor Griffin, Jackson Prep, listed in the top 10 in the Major League Draft. I don't know where to begin. First off, Kevin, as a dad, how does that feel?
Yeah, it's pretty special just to see, the hard work that he's put into the game over the years and to be recognized by the people in the industry nationwide, whether it be at the college level or at the professional level. It's pretty special just to see all the hard work pay off, and everything's come full circle for sure.
Konnor, how does it feel to you? I mean, are you sleeping okay?
I'm sleeping just fine. It's been a lot of years in the making, a lot of hard work, and just want to give a thanks to my parents, and all glory to God. It's just a great opportunity I have ahead of me, whether that's go to LSU or, get drafted. But it's pretty cool. But, after Sunday, I'll be relieved to, finally know where I'll be going. And because right now I'm in the unknown. I don't know where I'll get picked, whether I go to LSU or pro ball. I have no clue right now. So just ready to be in the know and just know where I'm going. And, wherever I do go, I'm ready to go. I've been training for this and ready to go.
I was going to say, you trained for this, and your numbers speak for themselves, and I'm not going to list them off and embarrass you here. It's pretty ridiculous. Just know that Konnor can do it all. He's a five-tool player. But I guess the thing that's hardest to prepare for is maybe this week and, be sitting in on these meetings and the negotiations and stuff. I know a lot of that's going on behind closed doors. Who's guiding you through that, and what's that process been like?
Yeah, so, my parents have guided me a lot through this process, and I also have an advisor, Joey Devine. He's been through it many times, and so I'm with Excel Sports. That's the agency I'm with, and they've had experience with it, so they're guiding me through it all. They're talking to teams. Teams aren't talking to me much right now. It's kind of like a quiet period, which is good, and then that's why it's good to have an advisor, and then my dad as well. They're able to handle a lot of the teams that are calling, and so it's been good, but it's definitely a stressful process because there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just who's the best player on the board. It's a lot of business into it, but all I can do is just sit around and just enjoy time with my family. I can't. A lot of it's not in my control right now. I mean, if a team is going to pour into me, I'm going to know that's the team that wants me, and that I can only think that, that's how it's going to end up being. And so right now I'm just kind of training, working out, just keeping my game sharp, and just seeing what happens. We'll see.
The first pick in the draft belongs to the Cleveland Indians. There are reports that they're interested in you. Can you talk about that, or how?
Yeah.
I don't know what you cannot
Right.
talk about, but I know Cleveland is said to be really interested in you.
Yeah, they. I know before the season they sent in it was like 8 guys to watch me work out. Their scouting director was there, so yeah, they've been pretty interested all season, and I know that they're probably having a lot of sleepless nights having that first pick, because this year I think all 10 guys that are in the top 10 could go number 1. There's a lot of great players, and it's just going to be who fits their mold, and just if it's me, then I'll be ready to go, and that would be pretty cool to be number 1 overall. But even if it's not, they're going to have a great player go to the organization.
You're a 5-tool player, but you also pitch. You told me back in March when I came out to prep and talked to you that you wanted to be an everyday ball player. Is that still the way you feel about it?
Yeah, I'd rather play every single day. I love to hit. I think that's one of my best tools, and I love to play defense as well. But if I need to pitch, I can keep that in my back pocket just to fall back on too. But I may throw some bullpens here and there just to stay sharp, but we'll see.
Shortstop or center field?
It doesn't matter. I feel comfortable at both. I've played shortstop for 4 years in high school, and played center field pretty much every year in the summer. So I've got a lot of reps at both positions, and it'll be whatever a team needs, I'll be able to play that.
Going back to that workout with pro scouts watching, I think most people can't identify with that at all, because they don't want to watch. They don't want anybody watching them running on the treadmill at the gym. What's it like? And it's something you've done 100 times, but when you're working out in front of pro scouts like that, what's going through your head? Are you extra critical of yourself? And
yeah, that's a good question, because it's something that not many people ask. Right. But you're in there hidden. These guys are trying to figure out something that they can mark as a negative. That's what they're looking for. So if I thought about that while I was hitting, I don't know if I'd hit very good. So I just try to relax and just be myself, because they're either going to like me or they're not, and I can't control that. I just got to be myself. So I got kind of used to it throughout the season. The first game there was, I think, 52 scouts surrounding the cage, which that's a good thing that they're all there. But my biggest goal was to try not to let it distract me from going out and winning a baseball game. That was the goal, and I think that helped me a lot. Be able to play loose and free, is just trying to do what I can to help the team win, and I think that helped me tremendously.
52 scouts. How many? There's 32 major league.
30.
Do the math.
Yeah.
A lot of teams have more than one guy there.
That's right.
Konnor, I was looking at the list, and Mississippi's always got guys. Most years we have guys that are going to be drafted. I think this year, it's 5 with ties to Mississippi in the top 200. But the only high school player I've seen. Do you feel like if you do decide to play pro ball, depending on how things fall in the next week, are you afraid you'll miss out on playing college ball?
See, I think whatever level that I'm faced with, I think I'm going to enjoy the development part. I don't think I would ever regret, going to pro ball or even starting in college. I don't think I'm going to regret the decision I make, just because, one, I know at LSU I'm going to be developed by that coaching staff. That's going to be something huge. Jay Johnson has a great track record of getting players to the big leagues, and then if I go to pro ball out of high school, a team is investing in me. They're pouring into me. They're going to want me to get the ABs. They want me to develop. I'll be playing every single day. I don't think there's going to be any regret to any decision I make, and I'm just looking forward to getting better and playing against really good competition, because that's what I'm going to get at either level, and I'm just looking forward to seeing my game grow, because I've done all I can do in high school, but it's time to kind of step it up a level and, start working towards that, making it to the big leagues. And, that's the track.
I've read a lot of critiques and everything about your prospects, and the one negative that people mention is the competition you face. What would you say to that?
I think, that's something that, kind of touches deep in my heart, because I'm a Mississippi guy, and I don't like when people, talk down on Mississippi competition, just because, one, we've had some really good players, especially come out of Jackson Prep, that have done just fine at the next level. And then Mississippi as a whole, like, we've had some really good players. Like, we're about to have probably 3 or 4 guys like in the top in the first round that came from Mississippi, with Brady Montgomery, me, Dakota, and if there's another guy slip in the top 30 something picks. But that just shows you right there that Mississippi guys get it done. Dakota was MAIS player as well. Braden being a public school guy, but they played the same teams that we do, really. But yeah, that kind of makes me mad when I hear that, just because there's no reason to look down on Mississippi baseball when we've produced players. We face good teams all the time. Like, there's a lot of good ball teams around here, and Jackson Prep, I feel like we could go compete with some of the top teams in the country. Which is if you look down on Mississippi, like, you see where we've got our ranking, like we were like 7 or 8 most of the year, and I feel like we could compete with any team this year, which we had a really good team. And then another thing, like, if you're going to question, like, the competition I'm playing against, like, I went and traveled overseas and played for Team USA against the best competition in the world, and I feel like I had one of the best showings I could have had, and so I don't think there should be any question about
Dad, what do you think?
And I agree with everything he's saying. We just saw this week Cooper Pratt, who got drafted last year. He just moved into the top 100 minor league baseball prospects in the entire in professional baseball, and he played in the same league as Jackson Prep. Colt Keith down at Biloxi has played 77 games in the big leagues this year at second base. And then you've got guys like Corey Dickerson, Hunter Renfroe. Jake Mangum is the all-time SEC hits leader.
Austin Riley.
Riley with the Braves. It's a tired act that you have to hear when people continue to talk down on Mississippi baseball, because Jackson Prep could go play against anybody in the country and compete and do well.
I'm glad you brought up Austin. I had a note on him. I know he was taken number 41 overall in 2015, and there's a lot of comparisons there, because a lot of you guys do a lot of the things well coming out of high school, same things. When you get mentioned they're comparing you to guys like Austin Riley and Billy Hamilton and people like that, what is that? Did you what prepares you for that? And how much does that put pressure on you to go out and try to be, have similar trajectories? Yeah,
one, that's pretty cool to hear, like, you're similar to Austin Riley, because he's been a great player for the Braves. But another thing, like, Austin is a guy from Mississippi, like, just a good small town guy, and I like that part of it as well. Like, we're both from Mississippi, country people, like to do a lot of the same things. Like, there's a lot to people, like, outside of the baseball field, and it's cool to keep up with these guys and see what they can do off the field as well. But it's really special to hear my name compared to any big leaguer right now, just because I'm a high school guy, and hearing that comparison is pretty cool. And it just makes me dream about, what I can accomplish one day. The dreams that, I can chase, and we'll just see where this journey goes.
When Austin was with the Mississippi Braves, did you go out and watch him?
I'm sure I did. I don't really remember much.
Well, he was 19 when he played here, Double-A ball. He was fresh.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and just your build and everything reminds me a lot of the way he was at that time, and now you look at him, good Lord.
Right.
That just shows the development, both physically and skill-wise, that they can do if they have you every day. Konnor made a good point. You go to college and you go through a week or 2 week long slump, you're going to be sitting. They're going to replace you. You go to the professional baseball and you go through a slump, you're going to still stay in there. They've got an investment in you, right? So they're going to give you the ABs and let you find a way to develop. So Austin Riley's a case in point there. You can look at him and tell the development.
Yeah, he had the big thing he, I think, did when he was in Jackson or Pearl is learn to lay off the breaking pitches that were not on the plate. You know, he had problems with that early on here, but he learned while he was here.
That's one thing I've heard a lot, this whole process with scouts coming in. The two things they look at is they look at your chase rate. They don't want you to chase out of the zone, and swing and miss. They don't want you to your whiff rate. They don't want you to have a high whiff rate. So those are the two things as far as metrics that they look at the most. And it's not batting average. It's not how far you can hit the ball. It's do you chase and do you swing and miss. And I think that's one thing Konnor's got going for him is he's got a great eye for the strike zone. He don't chase out of the zone, and he doesn't swing and miss a lot, regardless of the velo. So we've seen that from high school all the way up through the World Cup in Taiwan.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, in the international baseball against the best pitching in the world, I don't think you struck out, did you?
I did not. I didn't realize that till I got back to the U.S. and saw some articles written about it. But yeah, it kind of shows that I'm a guy that puts it in play, and I try to put pressure on the defense. Like that was my whole mindset was just be a tough out, and not striking out against those guys was it's pretty cool. It's a good stat just because we were seeing pitches that we've never seen before, like splitters and all different types of stuff. So definitely a good stat to have.
I'm an old fart, so I look at things from
Me too.
Yeah, I look at things from Dad's perspective more than I used to. You've got a son who's 18 years old. He may be probably going to be drafted in the top 10. He's going to be moving somewhere, even if it's just Baton Rouge to go to college. I mean, how do you and Mom look at that? I mean, how do you?
I think we both look at it. We feel like he's very mature. He's been a lot of places by himself. I went to Taiwan, but I wasn't with him very much there because they kept tight reins on those guys while they were there. But he's had to learn to fend for himself and wash a few clothes and order Uber Eats and figure out how to feed himself and that kind of thing. But, we don't have too much of a concern. If you ask my wife, Kim would probably tell you completely different. She is not looking forward to him being out of the house and possibly all the way across the country in some small minor league town if that's the route that he ends up going. But, we've trusted the process through this whole time, and we feel like that he's mature enough just to go out and spread his wings and do great things. And we're just trusting God that he, provides the protection and that sort of thing. So we're okay with it. We're in a good place with it right now.
How do you feel about that, Konnor?
I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready to start my life, whether in some Baton Rouge or who knows where. Like I'm ready to get into a system, start playing games, and just developing. Like I love getting better. That's something I love training, love working hard, and I don't care where I'm at. I know I'm gonna have a great support system back home in Mississippi. Gonna do a lot of FaceTime calls and stuff like that. But I'm sure they'll be out there to watch me plenty of times. But no, I'm ready for it.
Kevin, you as a dad, when during Konnor's youth, when did you look and say, good gosh, he may be special?
I think his 12-year-old year, I think he hit 58 home runs that summer. And that was when I really could look back and tell that he was going to have a chance to be pretty special. He was just different than the kids the age that he was playing with, and defensively just made some plays that you don't see 11 or 12-year-olds make. So I think looking back on it was probably about that time.
The speed, where did that,
he gets it from me. He gets it honest. all kidding aside, it's not something that he's really had to train for. It just came naturally. And, I think he'll tell you about from 9 years old to about 11, kind of big-footed and awkward and clumsy, and he was still kind of fast, but he looked like a baby deer doing it as he grew. But I think it just is just a God-given thing. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's something that I've really not had to train a whole lot. Like, it's always just kind of been natural. But I've really once I started training on speed, it was kind of like sky's the limit. Just kind of, kept getting faster and faster, and just, from summer to summer, I was running 60s, and it was a 6.9, and then it was a 6.6, and then my last summer got it down to like a 6.36. So once I saw that, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to steal as many bags this season as I can. And once I got 6 in the first game, I was like, holy cow, I could get a lot this season. So
he probably takes about 2 fewer steps getting to second base than most people with his 6'4" frame too. His long legs.
Right. Yeah, I've been watching high school baseball in Mississippi for 60-something years, and there's one other guy that I've seen that I would compare your speed with, and you know who it is, Tyler.
I mentioned him earlier, Billy Hamilton.
Billy Hamilton. It's unbelievable. The difference it makes when you can run like that.
Right.
I mean, there's lots of guys that can hit. There's lots of guys that can field. There ain't many guys that can run like that.
And you can learn to field and hit.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can learn that to an extent, but you can't learn speed. You just can't.
That's right.
So I know you're no matter where, you're going somewhere. So I want to talk about what you're going to miss most. You got a favorite restaurant around here? What are you going to miss most about Jackson?
Yeah, definitely going to miss the family the most. That's my family and my girlfriend's family. Like, they're the 2 families that, I'm going to definitely miss the most. And then food, I don't know. I'm ready to venture out and find some new places, but I'm a big sushi guy, so
okay.
I'm gonna miss like Osaka or Sushi Village. That's mine and my dad's place. The all-you-can-eat sushi. So definitely gonna miss that. But I mean, and then you also got all the people at Jackson Prep. Like, I just got done doing an interview over there, and just kind of helped me, think about all the people that have poured into my life over there, whether it be the coaches or just like teachers and administration. Like, the support I feel from that school, like, is unreal. And I feel like that's why Jackson Prep was the best decision I could have made in high school, transferring over there. Just, I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now without those people. So just super thankful for everybody here in Mississippi. And I always tell people this. I'm just trying to, like, put Mississippi on the map, and a lot of guys are carving that path. But just to be another guy to help do that is my goal.
Well, Kevin, we've talked a whole lot about your son, but you have had quite the spring yourself as the head softball coach at Belhaven. You go to the World Series, finish runner-up. And all that time, you've had this going on with Konnor.
Right. Well, I feel like at the beginning of the year with softball, we had so much going on surrounding Konnor, and we had to navigate through a lot of stuff. And I felt like sometimes that at practice and even in games, I'd kind of find myself sitting there thinking about the baseball stuff, and I would get texts and calls in the middle of practice and games from whether it be an area scout or Konnor's agent or advisor just wanting to talk about baseball. I feel like I didn't put everything into the softball side that I needed to. And that's a testament to our girls, because we were still playing really well. And our assistant coaches had Courtney Fairley and Bailey Winscott, 2 of the best in the country. But, it's time consuming and it took a lot out. But I felt like once I just let the baseball thing happen, however it was going to happen, and I started pouring more into the softball side of things, I think we started making that run, and I was able to dedicate more time to my team and my girls, and it was a great run. I hate that we got beat in the national championship game, but I feel like a lot of teams would love to have been in that situation.
No doubt. Konnor, you were able to make the trip, Marshall, Texas, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get to watch many games this year. Just I had a busy spring myself, but I was glad to be able to go support him in the World Series because I mean, what a great opportunity just being there. So I'm sorry, Dad, if I was a distraction at all this spring, but no, glad they made a great run.
That's only fair. I'm sure he's come to support you a few times throughout your career.
That's right.
I watched a lot of that.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched it on my computer, and I mean, y'all acquitted yourselves very well. That shortstop on the other team.
She's a good one. Tristan Maddox, she won the Honda CBS Sports Player of the Year this year in all of Division III, and so we had her number for about 3 years. She didn't do a whole lot against us until those final 2 games. She lit us up.
Well, she was something. How does somebody like that end up playing D3? I mean,
I don't know. I think she just fell into their lap, kind of like our pitcher Kennedy Rouge, who is arguably the top pitcher in all of Division III. Could have pitched at any level, really. She could have played Division I at any level of D1. But we're just fortunate to have players like Kennedy and Allie Gordon to come in who could have gone Power 5 out of high school and chose Belhaven after going. Kennedy went the JUCO route. Allie was with us for 6 years. So it's certainly not all about me. You got to have good players, and they're the ones that get out there and get it done. So very fortunate to have players like that.
You did a pretty good job recruiting.
I feel like we do. I think our program, the success we've had over the years, kind of sells itself. And people want to be at a place like Belhaven. It's not a business like it is at the Division I level. It's more fun, but when we get between the lines, our players know we mean business and we want to compete to win. I'm not out there to lose, and I wouldn't be doing this if I was okay with losing. And so I think players want to come into that environment and they want to be a part of it.
Yeah. What is the plan for draft day?
Yeah, so we're going to do a little gathering at the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. Going to invite the team, some family, and some friends as well. So going to have everybody there that I feel like has supported me, and there's a lot more people out there that have poured into my life, and those people know who they are, and I'm just super thankful for all of that. But yeah, we're going. It's on a Sunday, so probably we'll go to church that morning. I'm big in my faith, so that's going to be most important. And then after that, who knows? I may go hit a little bit, work out, just go fish, do something, kind of be able to relax a little bit. But then come 4:30, leading up to the draft starting at 6, like it's going to be kind of business. I'm going to be waiting for calls from my agent. He's going to be talking to the teams and just keeping us updated. So I hope everything pans out like it's supposed to, but we'll just see. All I can do is just sit back and just watch it happen. So it's going to be cool.
Rick, and I know you'd never say it, but you're an integral part of the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and where it is today. And Bill Blackwell's done a great job working with us. And when we were looking at venues, I don't know where it came up or how the thought process happened, but as soon as we thought of Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame, we were like, man, that'd be an awesome venue to be able to promote not just the Hall of Fame itself, but the entire state of Mississippi and all the athletes that have come through here on a special day. So what better place than that place to have this event?
Oh, it's close to my heart, and I'm proud it's working out to be there. Do we know what network's going to be there?
It'll be on MLB Network. They're sending in cameras for us to use for their feed, and ESPN may send a crew in. But Perfect Games sending some people. I think Konnor can allude to a couple of others that are coming in.
YouTube account Youth Prospects, who they filmed a lot of our videos for prep. Close to that guy, he's going to come in. And then a guy named Cole Withers, who does a lot of individual stuff for me. He takes pictures. He's going to be there. So I'm sure every news station
All the local media.
Mississippi Today will be there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How cool to get to enjoy that with your teammates, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they've been giving you plenty of hell over the past couple of weeks about all this.
Yeah.
But how cool to get to hang out with them.
It's gonna be cool. I have a lot of close relationships with those guys. I mean, I've played with them for 4 years now, and they've been through the whole process with me. I remember every day of practice they'd give me a little crap for all the scouts being there, and when I was trying to be serious sometimes because I had to really focus on what I was doing in BP, they were trying to get me to relax a little bit, have fun. So like they did it with me. They're going to be standing right behind me whenever my name's called, and that's gonna be a special moment just because I'm best friends with those guys, and I always will be. So I'll be glad to have those people with me.
It's got to be the most accomplished coaching staff in high school baseball.
Wow.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, first you got Coach Heavy, 7 in a row. Like, I mean, that's Mississippi history. I'm sure somebody will do that again in Mississippi, but I don't know if it'll happen for a long time. And then Jay Powell, he's poured a lot into me. He went through the process of the scouts and all that, going through Mississippi State and winning a World Series and being the MVP. Like, can't get much better than that. And then you got Chris Maloney, who coached in the big leagues and has a lot of experience in pro ball, and he even played at Mississippi State as well. And then Coach Konnor, who not many people know him just because he's surrounded by a lot of other great coaches. But Coach Konnor, he's really close to me just because he's big in his faith, and he's a preacher. So we have a lot of talks about our faith, how to handle all the situations. So he's a super great mentor, and then you got Matt Bryant, who kicked field goals for the Falcons for many years. Money Matt, that's pretty cool to have him on the coaching staff as well. So I mean, just surrounded by such great people.
Matt and Melissa, having gone through the whole process with football, they've been able to guide us through some things early on in this process. So their friendship's been invaluable with all this as well. Even though people don't know, he was a really good baseball player.
I didn't.
He played baseball in junior college, and then when he went to Baylor, he ended up just kicking. But he's a good baseball mind, so don't let the football side of it fool you.
Well, being a Mississippian in football is such a big part of our existence.
Yep.
When I was out there watching you play baseball, I kept thinking, wide receiver, quarterback, what were you when you played?
Yeah, so I played receiver and safety, and then I was on like kick return, all that. So I loved it. I loved playing football. I loved going up and getting it, scoring touchdowns. So another thing about I don't know why I didn't try to be a quarterback. I feel like that would have been a good position, but I always tried to throw the football like a baseball, and it just didn't go the right way. So,
like a wounded duck sometimes.
Yeah, so I just stuck to
Well, you played
receiver.
hoops too, didn't you?
I did all the way through 11th grade. Played basketball, and I was able to win an overall championship with Coach Wise and the guys. So that was a fun few years as well.
I wish there was less specialization and more kids that played everything the way it used to be.
Right.
Yeah, especially at a young age. I mean, you see kids specializing too young. Konnor's situation was a little different because you wanted to minimize the injury risk. At some point, there's you got to put your brain into it at some point. But he played it as long as he felt like he could and minimize the risk. And he had some good years playing football and basketball.
Yeah. Well, the MAS, they especially Prep JA, right? They do basketball so well, and it's so much fun. I mean, the atmosphere at those games. I mean,
yep.
You would think it was for the Super Bowl. It was fantastic.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
Well, Konnor, what else is there? Do you when you hear your name called? Do you? I mean, obviously, you don't care where it is, right? At this point, it's just want to hear it.
That's right. Exactly.
So Is there anybody? I know I saw in an interview you did where you said your model your game after Ronald Acuna, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a Braves fan. Rick's a Braves fan. We talk about it on the show all the time. Acuna may be the only jersey that I have hanging in my closet, and I don't usually do that. What is it about his game? And I mean, aside from it being MVP caliber,
Right.
that you like about him?
Yeah, so I think Acuna, I mean, right now he's hurt, but like when he was out there, like his energy when he plays the game is just, I think it's unmatched. He just plays the game, he has fun, and the similarities. I mean, he has a great arm. He can hit for power, hits in the gaps, loves to run, steals a lot of bags. Like I just feel like there's a lot of similarities there. We might not have the same like body type, but yeah, I love to watch him and kind of model my game after it. A lot of times I try to just be myself and not try to copy others, follow others. But I love watching him play, and he's a great one.
Yeah, he'd be a decent one to copy.
That's right.
But I just wanted to let you know you're gonna have to work on your chain gang.
That's
if you're
right.
Gonna get in on
I know. I know.
You have to work. Do some maybe after Sunday you'll be able to do some jewelry shopping. But,
yeah, we'll see.
You got to get some pastel undershirts and all that too. Yeah. Well, guys, we really appreciate you being here and coming in for this. And I think I speak for Tyler and I both. We can't wait to see what happens.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be fun. I got a lot of people watching, a lot of people supporting. But yeah, just like I said, just at the end of the day, I'm just trying to represent Mississippi the best I can.
Well, you're well on your way, and we appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thanks again for Konnor and Kevin for joining us in studio, and thank you for listening to the podcast this week. You can get more Konnor Griffin coverage and MLB draft coverage from Rick over at MississippiToday.org. There's also draft coverage over on ScorebookLive.com. Dad, big weekend this weekend for Konnor, and I couldn't be more excited for him.
I couldn't either. I told you back in March when I went out and interviewed him, I felt like I was interviewing a 10-year Major League Baseball veteran. I mean, that's how mature and worldly he seemed. And if there's any 18-year-old ready to handle what he's fixing to handle, I think he's the guy.
Yeah, well, after that handshake today and looking at him, he certainly looks like it. So we're pulling for him and all the guys with Mississippi ties this weekend. We'll have a full report for you next week on the show. Thanks for listening in, everybody, and have a good one.